Hey, biggest games we played ever. Every single one of us. We haven't played a bigger game than this one right here. We come out smacking them out. Let's go. Kill out 3, 1, 2, 3. Kill. We have to feel out. We have to feel out. We have to feel out. All day long.
Those Avon Eagles ready to play tonight.
I love the energy. I love we start off the show that way.
Anytime you can start the show off that way, and there was a little extra, the whole side to side to side. That was a fun night in Avon. There's a lot going on in Avon. There's also there's some stuff going on down in Massillon.
Yeah, happy week 5. Coin toss, very first play from scrimmage. We have Brandon White. This kid, they started off strong. St. Edward at Massillon, 66-yard touchdown run for St. Ed's. Massillon, though, answers immediately. Xavier Owens, nice little 5-yard run. That'll tie it up right here, 7-7. Xavier, though, the kid's not done yet. He's just getting started. He takes another run. This time, yeah, a little bit more than a 5-yard run. How about 45? He's going to run this one all the way to the house, putting Massillon up 14-17 in the second quarter. Manuel Patterson then to Logan Alman for a mass TD, and they win it tonight, 21-14.
All right, a big matchup in the CVC. 4-0 Hawken hosting or visiting 2-2 Madison. Now, defense, the name of the game early on. Madison on 4th at the Hawkins 31. Randall goes deep. Incomplete. Hawkins, Tommy Wright would break it up. Okay, so they go deep again. On the other side, now Hawkins trying to convert. Nope, Kevin Oster breaks it up. And now the offense would start to take over. Blue Streaks, big play here. James Poe, who missed the last 2 games, rips a long one there for 45 yards, setting up Madison in Hawken territory. The Blue Streaks cap off the drive with Randall calling his own number. 1st and goal from the 1. That's a Blue Streak touchdown. Madison led this 7-zip after 1. Hawken gets on the board early in the second. Moorhead rolling and firing. It's Kenny Obie hauling it in for a 13-yard touchdown to tie it at 7. Madison wins tonight, 38-37 in overtime. Olmsted Falls, the tunnel was deflating there in Avon. Olmsted Falls paying a visit to take on the Eagles. Eagles on the move. First drive, Blake Elder to Grant Barr up in the air to pull it down. Move those sticks. And then watch this little hitch to Hayden Clapham. Makes a move there, and then makes a move there, and then makes a move there. And it took like 3 guys. They finally got him down. Moments later, the drive just kept going, and they cashed the points. Cam Wendell, the shorty score. Boom! Into the end zone. PAT no good. Eagles up 6-0. That's awesome. I can't believe they can pull that off, by the way. Bulldogs try to answer. This is their quarterback, Cameron Pesh. This is a phenomenal run. Breaking a tackle there, and still on his feet. And Pesh gets this down inside the red zone. They had some negative plays. They tried for a field goal. The field goal was blocked. And Adam Smith, he's 29. He's way back there. There he is. He takes this thing all the way back for an Avon touchdown, and the Eagles fly away tonight, 28-0 over Olmsted Falls.
Next up, we've got Solon at 4-0. Nordonia and Knights go to work early tonight. Opening drive, quarterback Stephen Feckolt finds Carson Fisher, who's brought down at the 1. They'll finish the drive on the next play. Feckolt handoff to Chris Olan Montel, who drives it in for the first score of the game. Knights defense forces a 3-and-out. Nordonia gets the ball back. They've got a little something up their sleeve. Feckolt lateral to Dominic Jackson, who has a dime to Braden Myers, untouched into the end zone. Knights go up 14-0. First down for Solon on their 35. Quarterback Brady Cowan takes a deep shot. It's hard to see it, but I promise it's picked off by Colin Atha. Nordonia wins big tonight, 48-14.
Highland came into week 5 against Copley undefeated, while Copley had 1 loss on the season. But both of these teams were perfect in SLAC conference play. But it wasn't much of a battle tonight, as the Hornets just completely beat up on the Indians straight out of the gate. The Hornets up 21-0 as the end of the first winds down, 2nd and 4. Grady Gibb to Dylan Lazar. He bobs and weaves and gets inside the 5. Very next play, he takes it in for 6 28-0 all Hornets at this point. The Indians' next drive stalls, so we're going to go back to Highland. Gibb again in the pocket and finds Dan Miller for a pretty nice gain right there. Next play, go ahead and finish it off with a Casey Miser touchdown. 35-0 after the PAT. It's not looking pretty for the Indians at this point, and we're only in the second quarter. Hornets just keep it rolling. Gibb again with a longer shot to Lucas Girding, this time for a pickup of 33. Very next play, Hornets do what they've done all night long. Gibb to Jake Weber, this time for 6. Hornets go up 42-0 at the half. Refs tell the coach, look, it's time to wrap this thing up and run the clock. Indians do manage to get a score in, but ultimately fall 42-9.
Well, thanks, Ashley Holder. Let's head out to John Carroll. Lake Catholic taking on Benedictine. It was 6-3 Cougars in the final seconds of the first half. Cougars 2nd and 10 on Benny's 42. Quarterback Liam Coyne going to use his legs and goes and gets the first down. Next play, Coyne gonna take a deep shot downfield. 18 left on the clock, looking for Pete Malcheski. Antoine Smith, though, brings it down. Huge interception just before the half. Lake Catholic wins it tonight 6-3.
Now, Schwab's Pick of the Week, sponsored by the Cleveland Furniture Company. Family owned, Cleveland proud.
All right, good one out on the west side. Bay Village, a one-loss club. They had an undefeated Buckeye Bucks team coming into town tonight. I'm like, you know what? I'm picking that one. It was 14-all when I got there. By the way, I love that Bay has an actual rocket at the stadium. That's fantastic. Bucks on the move. Ryan Wilhelm, the nice run there, the big fullback breaking things up. And then it's Braden Bonnet, a field goal there to break the tie and get the Bucks up 17-14. They would force a punt. They go right back to work. It's Liam Phillips this time. A nice run around the right side. And then they finally got him down. Phillips one more time up the gut. Touchdown. It was 24-14 Buckeye. Now, Bay got the ball right before the break, and they were going to try to go down the score, and they chuck a bomb, and it was intercepted. And it was that kind of night for Bay when I was there. They did get this thing close. 34-28, the final. Buckeye gets out of there with a win.
Well, it's been a tough go lately for St. Ignatius. 1-10 last year, 0-4 this season. And last week, they got shut out by Walsh Jesuit 31-0. Tonight, the Wildcats had a date with Riverside on our Rock Game of the Week. Teams traded a touchdown each in the first quarter to start the second. Riverside quarterback Bradenhoff goes over the top to Ethan Baker. 57-yard touchdown pass. You have to trust me, he goes in. He does score on this one. Camera got a little blocked. Beavers led by as many as 13. Ball with Wildcats quarterback Jacob Micken. The sophomore fakes a handoff, aims downfield. Luke Sims open. Got a lot of explosive plays. 65-yard TD. Cats trimmed the lead, trailed by 3 while the band played at the half. Just the third play to start the third quarter. Micken throws a dart. Luke Sims, tight coverage, sheds a defender, and the Luke is loose 75 yards to the end zone. Ignatius has their first lead of the night. Only lasted a few plays, though. Bradenhoff lined up for a QB sneak, walks in the outside. Riverside retakes the lead on a fake Paynesville push. Coach told us this is the first meeting between the two schools. Lived up to the hype. Micken play action with a ton of time in the pocket. This time it's Trey Haddad. First win of the year. Always the hardest, right? Cats fought for this one, and our Rachel Veda was there and has more.
Friday nights under the lights. It's more than just a high school football game. It's people coming together on and around the gridiron as a team. So what makes that so special? Whether you play football,
it's the best experience you could ever imagine. You know, having a whole community here to watch you and root for you is just the coolest feeling, playing with all your friends that have been your friends for 10 years, some of these guys. So it's just a really cool feeling to go out and compete with these guys, my best friends, every Friday night.
or play an instrument.
Honestly, the one thing I would say about playing for the regiment is just community. Like, these are my people. I've been here since a freshman. I'm in my senior year now. I'm old. But the friends that I've made here, they're lifelong. Having fun, being with friends, and going out there and playing. That's about it.
Cheer on the sidelines.
So what it means to be under the Friday Night Lights for me is just school spirit and being here with my friends and having my family coming watching us and just feeling a certain sense of happiness and joy just being in the phase of life that is high school. And I think that being under the lights and it just feel like a Beaver. I feel like a high schooler. I feel like this is the best phase in life to be.
Or cheer in the stands.
To be a Beaver under the Friday Night Lights, it means a lot. These are where my core memories are made every Friday. I'm just so excited to come out here, support my team, get super hype, and to see all the grades together, just all connecting as one. It's really nice.
Coach the team now?
Electricity. I mean, I really truly feel like, from, like you said, the crowd, the band, the student section is just blown up. It's been phenomenal in terms of like the amount of support we get from everybody. So yeah, it's electric. It's a lot of fun.
Or coach the team then?
Oh, look at this place. Look at these kids, community. I mean, it's so many people coming together. And here's the thing that nobody really, I think, understands or internalizes. It only happens like 5 times a year. Now the entire year is like 5 nights, and they're never back to back. They're never so the community embraces. There's so many people that have to collaborate to get on the same page and make this stuff happen. It's awesome. Love this place. Love this community.
As someone who is under these same Friday night lights, I'd say it's magic. Win or lose, these moments always stay with you. Reporting at good old Riverside for your Game of the Week, I'm Rachel Beta. Friday Football Frenzy!
Were those throwback pictures of Rachel?
Yep.
Those were so cute.
Yep.
Thanks, Rach. Well, make sure to follow Rock Entertainment Sports Network on social media at Watch Rock Sports. We're traveling to local high schools all season to feature your teams on Game of the Week. You can find your school on our Instagram, all the good stuff. Follow, like, comment, share your team's post. The school with the most engagement will win Game of the Week fan favorite, and your student section will be featured.
All right, still to come, our Beyond the Playbook segment. Rachel talks with Coach Jason Black of Brecksville Broadview Heights. This is Friday Football Frenzy.
You're watching Friday Football Frenzy, sponsored by Campo Roof. If you've got a leak or an aging roof, call Campo. You're watching Friday Football Frenzy, sponsored by Campo Roof. If you've got a leak or an aging roof, call Campo.
Glenville taking on John Adams. That's Tarblooders head coach Ted Ginn Sr. Home this afternoon in Senate League action. All Glenville early on in this when Tarblooders' first possession. Jamal Goodson on the second play from scrimmage into the secondary. Gone, 35-yard touchdown. Extra point good, 7-0 Tarblooders. Next Glenville drive, Goodson finds the end zone again. This time from 2 yards out. They go up 14-zip. Rebels offense, they go to the trick play. Jamarian Vance pitches to Joseph McCann Jr. for the halfback pass, but Kalen Bailey all over that one. Great tackle there for a big loss, forces a Rebel punt. Tarblooders' next possession, Arvell Nelson to DeAnthony Crittenden. Touchdown. That combo hooked up twice for scores in the first quarter. Glenville led 28-zip after one. They cruise today, 41-6.
Well, this week's edition of High School Football Coaches Beyond the Playbook takes us to the Hive, where Brecksville Broadview Heights head coach Jason Black shows us how he keeps his colony buzzing.
Bees always know their way home. Something proven by head coach Jason Black, who's led the Brecksville Broadview Heights Bees for 12 years over 2 cents.
Football's always meant a lot to me. Being part of Northeast Ohio, it's the best football that is out there, bar none. Being part of a fantastic school district and program like Brecksville Broadview Heights makes it very easy to stick around this area. There's nothing that you need to look for. There's nothing more that I want than a little bit of football on a Friday night and a beautiful atmosphere like we're going to have today.
You grew up playing for North Royalton High School, continued playing for 4 seasons at Malone University in Canton, and now you're here in Brecksville Broadview Heights. Tell us what made you want to stay in Northeast Ohio and give back to the community your whole life.
I wanted to be close to my family. I thought that was one of the main important things that we do well around here, is that we involve our coaches and our families together. To be part of Northeast Ohio, it's the greatest part of football around. There's nothing better about Northeast Ohio football. There's no place I'll put that up against anybody in the area, and it's just a great opportunity to deal with the best and also to be the best you possibly can be.
Your father was a longtime head football coach for high school. What made you want to follow in his footsteps?
That's all I ever knew. Since I was a little kid, I don't know, as long as I can remember, we had a chance to be around locker rooms, to be around football players, to be around athletics, to be around education, with both my parents being teachers. So, you know, my whole entire life, that's just what I knew I wanted to do. It's been very cool. Like when we played Aurora, I got to go back to Aurora. It's like a place where I was a little kid. I got to see some of the locker rooms that, you know, we were part of when I was a little tiny boy. It just brought back a lot of memories. So it's just something that I've been very fortunate to be able to do.
And when you took the helm for the Bees, you brought your father to the coaching staff, and he's been alongside with you either on or off the field your entire stretch as being a head coach. So tell us, what lessons did you learn from him that you teach your own players?
One of the best things about my dad is that he can be very simplistic with what he's doing. Like, his messages are simple, his messages are clear, his ideas are simple, his ideas are clear. They're easily be able to replicate it on the field. They're easily, you know, the communication, the feedback between somebody is very easy to understand. So I've tried to do some of those things that like my father has done over his whole entire life.
What's the most important lesson you teach your players beyond the playbook?
There's so many things that we do with that, but one of the most things that I'm most impressed with our kids is that they are great citizens, and that they're very respectful, they're coachable, and they really, really, really care about their teammates, and they care about members within their community. So those are one of the things that impress me the most about our kids.
And what does it mean to you to be a Brecksville Broadview Heights Bee?
It's amazing. They've done nothing but welcome me with open arms. Everybody here has been fantastic. This is over 20-some years I've been in the district. This means I bleed red and gold now. This is very important to us to be a part of the Brecksville Broadview Heights program that has changed so many people's lives, and I hear about it every day.
What made you want to be the king bee of the hive again?
This place meant a lot to me. This place has meant a lot to me in my whole entire career. When I first came in here, they were very welcoming. Obviously, I came from North Royalton here to Brecksville, and they were very welcoming to me. It meant a lot to me to see like what it meant to be a Brecksville football player, what it meant to be part of the program. And it means so much to my heart, so much to what I really want to do, that I just wanted to come back again and try to have a chance to lead young men.
If you had to use one word or phrase to describe your coaching career, what would it mean to you?
I think that I'd be grateful. I'm just blessed to be able to work with these kids. I'm blessed to be able to be in a fantastic district like Brecksville for all these years and work with such excellent people along the way. I'm grateful to be part of this, something that's this important.
You're watching Friday Football Frenzy, sponsored by Campo Roof. If you've got a leak or an aging roof, call Campo. You're watching Friday Football Frenzy, sponsored by Campo Roof. You're watching Friday Football Frenzy, sponsored by Campo Roof. If you've got a leak or an aging roof, call Campo. Your Cleveland game day starts on 19 News with the Serpentini Tailgate 19, Sunday at 11 a.m. Featuring Mark Schwab and legendary Browns players. Tailgate 19, sponsored by Serpentini Chevrolet.
Welcome back. Suburban League Showdown, Wadsworth in red hosting Twinsburg. Both teams come in 4-0, 4th and 10 here when Bryson Hall hits Calix Limp. Limp is going to Air Force, by the way, 6-0 Grizzlies. Late in the first half, Hall loads up, hits Luke Maddox on a big one. Maddox does the rest 69-yard score, and that makes it 14-zip Wadsworth. Now let's go to the fourth. Let's go deep again. Hall, this time Jalen King, 37 yards, major statement win by Wadsworth, 39-0. They get the shutout and stay undefeated.
Dude, Grizzlies are good. Kenston in white at Manchester, tied at 7. Andy Barr hits Khalil Hinton on the slant. He is gone. 60-yard house call. Bombers up 17-7 at the break. Down 7 late. Last chance. 4th and 10. Minute left. And the pass is broken up. Kenston hangs on. 24-17. Bombers improve to 3-2.
Cleveland Heights in white at Lorraine, and the Tigers strike first. LaMarcus Greenwood deep to Sir Gibson. Yes, sir. That's good for 44 yards. They would punch it in to go up 8-zip. Late first half, Greenwood again. He's going to keep it and do it all himself. 37 yards for the score. First win of the season for Heights. They win it 48-6.
All right, so Glenville High School became the first CMSD school to win a state championship in 2022. They did it again in 2023, but lost in the Final Four last season. We've already told you about Sincere Johnson on the program here, but as Zach Keenan tells us, the Tarblooders have one of the strongest offensive lines in their division. It is anchored by this next athlete.
J.J. Perez never saw himself as the next great lineman to come out of Glenville.
At that time, I thought I was done football. You know, I didn't give up.
He never even saw himself attending Ginn Academy, the only all-boys public high school in Ohio.
It's a different type of mentality here.
Enter Coach Ted Ginn, also known as Dr. Ginn, the school's director.
You know, the key of it is that you want to make sure that you develop them as young men and teach them the way to carry yourself in life.
JJ says his experiences at Ginn Academy, which allows him to play for Glenville's team, made him a stronger man.
What do you look for in life? What do you want in life? You know what I'm saying? You don't give up when things get hard, when things hurt, you know, and that's the kind of mentality that you have to have here.
Originally committed to play at the University of Florida, JJ called an audible in July, saying the best in Ohio stay in Ohio.
OSU was always one of my dream schools, so I'm so grateful for it, you know, because a lot of people wish they can be in our position, you know, and me in a sincere position where they can have the same opportunity that we do. But, you know, it still means more work to do.
JJ and Sincere Johnson are joining 3 Tarblooder alumni wearing scarlet and gray. Bryce West, Demarion Witten, and starting linebacker Arvell Reese.
Previous people that went here that put on the jerseys before us. So it's a thing to represent not just us, but everybody that came before us.
The curriculum is to develop into a young man, to recognize your genius, realize your self-worth in the world.
Although his path may not have always been his plan.
One thing about JJ, he's serious. You know, he's a hard worker and he's very serious, very disciplined. And, you know, he had a lot of stuff going on with him and he overcame it.
JJ Perez has taken full advantage of his new surroundings.
You know, they teach you how to have fundamentals as a man, how to talk as a man, how to act as a man, especially us being black young men. We get looked at a certain way, but here now, we get shown and get taught how to be exemplary young men.
Good stuff. That's our Zach Keenan. Berea Mid-Park taking on Midview. How about the sidearm throw? Vincent Weaver to Andrew Alexander. Titans up early, but back comes Midview. Big night for Marcus Mackmon. Breaks it 45 yards for the score. First of 3 on the night for him. But the Titans were too much. Big ball here to Tyson Clay for a 55-yard touchdown. Berea Mid-Park wins a shootout. 42-27.
I'm not getting out of here without talking about Rocky River. They are in white at Lakewood in a border war. Carter Atwater looking long. Rowan Kennedy. Defense couldn't stay with him. Neither could the camera guy. Touchdown Pirates, 17-0. And how about this one on the defense? Otto Wilhelmy rolling and firing, and he's picked off by Tristan Hughes. He's going to house this thing. Rocky River wins 39-13. The Pirates are 4-1 after the battle for the bridge.
You just had to sneak it in, right, Rocky River?
I will get River in every time I can.
I was actually supposed to be calling that game, and Mark was like, no, we got to switch. I offered it up.
How'd Round Rock do tonight? Any idea?
I honestly haven't looked. I'm wearing our colors, though. Shout out Round Rock High School Maroon.
All right, if you missed anything, you can catch it 24/7 on 19 News Plus. Thanks for joining us tonight on The Frenzy, sending you out with the band of the week, the Marching Latin Lions of NBCA.